one major mistake a lot of people make in life, and I don't want you to make that mistake. Please listen to me. Let's listen to the story. Genesis 39. Let's focus on verse 3. When his master saw that the Lord was with him and that the Lord gave him success in everything he did, Joseph found favor in his eyes, that is Potiphar, and became his attendant. Potiphar made him become his attendant. Potiphar put him in charge of his household, and he entrusted to his care everything he owned. Joseph was just a servant. The master saw that Joseph was being successful in all that he was doing. So what did he do? He upgraded he upgraded Joseph from being a servant to someone who oversee everything that he owned, all his businesses. Question: why didn't Potiphar put some of his servants there at Joseph? Before Joseph came, Potiphar had servants. Potiphar was an army general. If you take all the guards in Egypt then, Potiphar was their captain. So he had a lot of people serving under him. Why didn't he put any of them in charge there? Why did he put a servant Joseph who wasn't an Egyptian, who didn't worship their God? Why did he put Joseph there to oversee all that? He saw competence. He saw results. The Bible stated it. He said he saw that everything Joseph was doing was success, and he also wanted to be successful. One of the biggest problems we have today is that, especially Christians want to be employing Christians to work for them. They want to be employing Christians to work for them. They want to be employing people of their same kind. Potiphar was an Egyptian. He was an idol worshipper. When you go to Egypt then, they had sun god, they had the sky god, they had the crocodile god, crocodiles in the river Nile. They were gods that they worshipped. Joseph didn't worship such gods. So Joseph's religion was different from that of Potiphar. Potiphar didn't look at where Joseph was coming from. He didn't look at the religion of Joseph. He was purely focused on results and competence. Most of the time, the reason why a lot of businesses are collapsing today is because they are not even focusing on what the person can do. It is, where do you go to church? Where do you come from? We are Santini. You are going to employ somebody to come and work for you. Whether the person is an Ewe, whether the person is a Fanti, a Ga, or whatever. How does that contribute to the work that the person is coming to do for you? How? What is the relation between the work that the person is coming to do for you and the tribe? What is the relation between that? Why don't you focus on the competences of the person? Why don't you focus on the achievement and the records of the person? Why don't you focus on whether the person can do the work or not? You want to be giving work to people of your kind, people who come from the same tribe as you are, people who come from the same background as you are, people who come. Well, that is not business. Are you not seeking the success of the business? So if somebody has come in and he's a Muslim and he can make the business work, what is your problem? Follow competence. Leave tribalism behind. Follow competence. Those who can help you. It's not business alone. There are some friendships that can catapult you from where you are in this stage of your life to the next level. The person who will do that is not a Christian like you. The person who will do that is not a Muslim like you. Here you are befriending only Christians, befriending only Muslims. Where is the wisdom? As if only Christians have the key to help you or have the map to help you. That tribalistic mentality, that religious mentality, if you don't stop, the day you realize that it has done you more harm than good, it will be too late. Potiphar only looked at one thing. He said, I have seen that everything that Joseph was doing in my house was prospering. He was being successful in all that he was doing. Therefore, let me entrust him with everything that I have, both at home and outside, so that he can continue to grow it. If you read the whole passage, indeed, When he entrusted everything to Joseph, according to the Bible, everything that he had in the house prospered. Everything that he had outside his home also prospered. That is business. What Joseph was doing in his room, the God he was worshiping in his room, he didn't care. He didn't care. Stop interfering in other people's private matters. Focus on what is important. If you need somebody for a specific thing, focus on that. Second, if you read verse 3 again, he said, when his master saw that the Lord was with him, when his master saw that the Lord was with him, how did he know that the Lord was with him? Potiphar wasn't a Christian. I've told you already. How did somebody like Potiphar, who was an idol worshiper, know that the Lord was with Joseph? The people that you think they don't go to church, so they don't go to church because they don't go to church, so they don't know God, they don't know anything about God. Be careful. Before Joseph came in, he saw how he was doing. He saw when he looked at his properties, when he looked at his businesses, he saw the profit he was making. After Joseph came in, he also saw the difference. If you read from the verse 5, he says, the blessing of the Lord was on everything Potiphar had, both in the house and in the field. So before Joseph came in, now Potiphar knew how and humanity when the profit he was making from his businesses and everything. After Joseph came in, he saw the difference. The one was, no, then this guy, there's something special about this guy. The people that you think they don't go to church, so they don't know God. No. I am telling you that you are making a mistake. They know God in their own way that you don't know. That you see, that is why when the Bible says don't judge, it is for our own good. Because you'll be disappointed. In your mind, you think, yeah, now you go, sorry, them praying, shouting, singing, dancing, and all that. Those people are Christians. So the person who doesn't go to church probably awesome, all that, only that is your mindset. Stop thinking like that. You'll be disappointed. You remember when Jesus was being crucified, the thief who was beside him, he didn't go through all the processes that Christians went through. The baptism, the communion service, and he didn't go through all that. But he is the first person who was saved when Christ died. He was the first. Jesus told him that as I am going, you are going with me. As I am going back, you are going with me. Going to heaven and judgment is left to God alone. Let's leave it to God. I beg you. Let's leave that to God. Don't look at the status of somebody and think that they don't know God and think that they are lost. Leave that to God. Leave that for God. Let God decide their fate. Let God decide their fate. He was an Egyptian who worshipped idols. But when somebody who had God with him entered his house, he was able to know that no, this one, there is God with him. He knew people don't need church to know that there is God. People don't need church. So if you are judging people based on church alone, you are making a mistake. People don't need church to know that there is God. Some people know God in so many ways that you don't know.